And okay, so we're in the Egyptian desert, and the Nile is at a low stage. We got nothing to do but build pyramids and talk shit. We're drinking onion wine and we're smoking hookahs, and we're all together, and we're in a temple, and there's oil lamps, there's cats all over, and we have these like plush cushions and all this fine dining ware. We're just chilling, hardcore.
When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is wash up, make sure I'm presentable before I lay one finger tip on you. Every day I'm in the whip with you, crack them windows, let them look at hoes, come close, get a little whiff of you. My old thing and my new coupe, ain't nothing changed. Addicted to that, lifted off that. Every time I hear your name, I'm ready to flip that paper flip. I've never been labeled as a trip, but I pay for it if I want it. I'm always high, stuck in the moment. Had a combo with one of my homies, told me about when y'all first met, how viciously I put it on, and I couldn't even get mad about it. I was there, one of my homies got it. Super loud, but you super soft, softer than a whisper. Ain't no gold digger, but I ain't never seen her hang around no broke figures. Come smoke with us.
Yeah, so you eat seafood and chicken.
Yep. No pork, no beef.
Okay. So you have macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving.
Yams.
Yams.
Corn. Yeah, yams.
Nice.
Marshmallows. I've tried turkey before, but a lot of the times the turkey I tried was kind of dry, so I didn't really like it that much.
Where are you from?
Washington, D.C.
And you live in Indianapolis?
Yep. I moved to Indy when I was 21.
Cool. And you went to college?
No, I haven't went to college. And I actually didn't even finish high school. My parents pulled me out after the 8th grade. Hi.
Hello.
SHAKA. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Y'all look beautiful, Shaka and Kim, Shaka.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Y'all are Facebook friends,
Mm-hmm.
but now you got to meet.
How have you been, Golden?
I've been good. I've been eating some turkey with my cat. We already went through like one turkey, or like half a turkey, and we're working on the other half.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One
So
second.
Kim, how long have you been a model?
So I started modeling professionally in 2021. And I started modeling through a magazine called Fashion Trends Magazine from Atlanta, Georgia. They basically like sent me a message on Facebook and they were like, hey, accepting submissions for our magazine. So from there, that's when I applied to the summer edition and the Halloween one.
Halloween.
Yes.
What were you for Halloween?
The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. What were you for Halloween, Shaka?
My kids and I were the Powerpuff Girls.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out pretty cute.
And how long have you been modeling, Shaka?
Man, it had to have been 2015 when I started. I think it was a makeup artist of mine that I still go to for my makeup for stuff. Her model backed out for a shoot, and I was like, I think I could try that. And it went very well.
Most people seem to just kind of stumble into it. I know I did as a young model
When
for
did you
Vogue.
start modeling, Brian?
Well, I was about 8 years old, and Vogue magazine came to the school, and they grabbed me and they said, "We want you in our magazine, son."
The Vogue magazine?
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I never heard of you. Who are you?" And they said, "We'll give you money for GI Joes." I said, "I'm in." So I dressed up in cowboy gear. I got to the set, and they started fucking taking all my clothes and putting on weird hats and combing my hair all funny. Then they made me want to hold hands with a girl. I
Ugh.
said, "Oh hell no!" I quit. I said, "You gonna make me hold hands with a girl where I'm gonna get cooties and everything? It's not worth it." I quit after the first day.
Turn
I
down Vogue
wonder.
for the girls.
Yeah, now I do podcasts with models because you only do Vogue once and then got retired.
Wow.
Yeah, I started at the end. See, we got two goddesses on the show.
Period.
How did you do
You.
that? Y'all believe in dinosaurs?
I used to ride dinosaurs.
I actually heard on like TikTok that this year that they found dinosaurs on an island in China. I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of hope it is because that would be cool.
We totally did a podcast about that last time. We did that last time. We talked about that. So it's true. It's got to be true. It was on the podcast last time.
It was on TikTok and the podcast. That's
Yeah,
it.
well, Aaliyah, she said it was on TikTok, and then she was on the podcast, so it's got to be true.
Probably.
Yeah, so it's true. It's on TikTok.
Right. I mean, sometimes TikTok doesn't have like 100% facts, but then a lot of the times they do. Kind of just like,
They got facts. It's called twerking.
oh yeah, of course, they love to do that.
I thought that's what it was all for a while there. But
Because that's where your algorithm had you, huh?
an algorithm, buddy.
Right.
But now I get pool shots and like dinosaurs.
Where are you from? Where are you guys from?
I'm from Salida, Colorado, and I met SHAKA when she was in Colorado Springs,
Okay.
and we hung out a few times in Salida and Colorado Springs. And then she moved all over the place, Durango, and you're in Fort Collins right now?
Yeah, I just moved back up to Fort Collins. I grew up in Colorado Springs. Was born in Albuquerque. It's been a while the last few years. I've been all over the state, huh?
Yeah. You thought we were going to come live here for a second, but you already been here, done that.
I would have if I found a spot. It was like whoever finds me a spot for my house first gets me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I got a tiny house. So I just hooked it up, moved it across the state.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's mobile.
When I was 16, I met the owner, like the guy that created the tiny houses, because he had like a seminar. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's neat.
Do you
He's
like, what's that?
the guy that created the tiny homes. He's a nice guy.
Cool. Do you like living in a tiny house, Shaka?
Mostly, yeah. It makes my cost of living like affordable in a time where it's just not in general. It's with two kids, it's a lot going on. So like one more body added in and it's just like pure chaos. But when it's just the three of us, it's not bad. And I get to live on just like really cool spots like farm spots and stuff where I just have a little more space to breathe. So that's my favorite part about it.
Yeah. What about you, Kim? Do you live in a big house or a tiny house?
I live in a 2-bedroom apartment on the
Pretty,
bottom floor.
pretty
And I
affordable.
moved in here in June, so I've been here for 6 months. This is my first ever place, so feels like a
Congratulations.
Yeah. Can you afford it down there? It's pretty, probably compared to here, it's more affordable.
well, for a 2-bedroom, the market price is $900, but like depending on if you live in certain places, you get like kind of like a discount.
Okay. That's like the minimum here that you could ever find.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually about $2,000 for a 2-bedroom.
I was gonna
Right.
say, can't find nothing like that here.
Yeah.
Just like in Washington D.C., it's $1,500 for a 2-bedroom. So really, like Indiana rent prices aren't that bad.
And is that where you were born, in Washington?
So I was actually born in Manassas, Virginia, and then when I was in 2nd grade, my mom moved to Temple Hills, Maryland, and then after that, she moved to Southeast DC, and then like by the time I was like 16 or 17, then she moved back to Northern Virginia. So when I say Washington, D.C., I basically mean like the whole DMV because I grew up with my mom moving in between all three.
Wow. I've never been to Washington, D.C.
I would say it's like beautiful to go in the summertime because they have like Japanese cherry blossom trees and stuff.
All right. I'm in the mountains.
I miss the mountains already.
Yeah, you gotta come visit. We'll go up to the cabin.
Yeah, I need some hot springs back in my life.
Is there any hot springs over there?
No, I can like drive up to the mountains, go to like Winter Park or Glenwood or something, or there's a cool spot that when I used to live here, Travis took me to. It's up in Wyoming. It's called Hobo Hot Springs, and it's like an unmanned hot springs. And that's a pretty cool spot, but I have no freaking clue where he took me, so it's gonna take me a minute to
Oh,
find it again.
I'm sure Dustin knows where that is. He's from Wyoming.
Oh yeah, I'll have to
He's
check it.
he's actually driving up to Wyoming right now. Otherwise, he'd be on the podcast.
He should have just stopped by here on his way, podcasted from my studio.
Exactly.
I'm like literally in the video production room for my work. Like,
It looks good. I love that background and everything.
yeah, this is their interview couch.
Okay. Casting couch.
I was
Yeah,
thinking, I didn't say it.
they're working on a documentary about what it is like to be Black in Fort Collins, especially being a Black youth here, where it's like less than 2%. I mean, all over Colorado is less than 2% Black, but it's pretty cool watching what they're putting together.
Oh, Shaka, when you met your brother, where did you go?
Oh, I went down to Miami. I went down to do some promo work for the guy that did my back tattoo. He goes down and tattoos all spring break. So he had me down there just kind of helping spread the word. And my brother jumped on a train from Orlando-ish area and came down and spent a couple days. And that was the coolest experience of my life. Like, that was so much fun.
Yeah. Do you feel like Florida? Do you feel any sense of kind of home there? Or?
No. I like visiting. I
Yeah.
think I'm so used to like Colorado laid back. Like, it's so much happening down there all the time. And it's overwhelming a little bit to me. But we'll definitely be visiting because now that he met me, now the rest of the family is like, well, how come you haven't come met us yet? So the girls and I will be making sure to go down and do that. But that's It's a lot. It's like I've got like 26 nieces and nephews on that side of the family. So like just imagining trying to remember everybody and like it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a lot. I recently discovered I have like 10 siblings, half siblings that I've never met. And
Wow.
some of them are like Nashville singer songwriters. And I was like, damn, well, it figures. My dad was a guitar player, but I only met him twice. But I got his kind of style, I guess. He said on the guitar, he said,
That's the coolest part. Like my brother just kept telling me how much I was like our dad. And like
oh,
we just fit like to get like for one, I'd never even seen anybody that looked like me. So to like watch this dude get off the train and smile, and I was like, that's my smile. Like nobody else has my smile. What the hell? But then going out and just like hanging out, like we had the same mannerisms. We were like into the same, spaces and people. It was just like a trip to feel so connected in a way, like to someone I like that was a complete stranger. Like it's really cool.
yeah, that is weird. Cam, do you have any siblings?
Do I have any siblings? I have a stepsister, a stepbrother. My dad has three sons. So I have three half brothers, and then my mom has a daughter, my little sister. So I have her. So I have about like 6 siblings, but 4 blood siblings.
How do you think it works? Do we get more from our mom, from our dad, or is it even split down the middle?
I hate this topic because of how much I know I take from both of them. And like for the longest time, I didn't want to admit that. But
Yeah, it could be hard to admit like that we're like our parents in some ways.
well, and the adoption narrative is just like so much like it's just nurture. Like because we raised you from birth, like you're nothing like them. You don't got any of that in you. And then I went and stayed with my birth mom for a week when I was like 17 or no, 15. And just like going to the grocery store with her and seeing the food she picked, I was just like, oh boy, like we
Yeah.
sure are alike, aren't we? And I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
Yeah.
But then it was just these similarities with like my brother, and I don't know.
Yeah, your brother is cool looking.
He's such like he wants to come out here so bad, and I'm like, I can only imagine how Colorado would handle like just like a man version of me too. Like this would be it'd be
I think
fun.
it'd be pretty popular. Make a lot of friends.
Yep, that's what I tell him. Better than I like to be. I like to stay in my
Yeah,
shadow.
you don't want to be too popular. That's the secret to being famous. You don't want to be too popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Kim, when you were growing up in DC, what was it like? Did you grow up with your family or what happened?
So my dad's a strict Christian and my mom's a hippie. So just think about those two mixed together to give you an idea.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of like the person that took us around all cultures and like exposed us to a lot of different like experiences. And our dad was more so the one that would buy us the newest video game and everything, but then we'll have to be at church every Wednesday and Sunday when we're over there. So, but all in all, it was a wonderful experience. Like in particular, when I talk with people that I meet, like as I get older and everything, and we discuss our childhoods, I'm like, damn, my parents, I guess they weren't that bad completely. I mean, they weren't perfect, but they did their best, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, they did their best. And I think hippies and Christians need to come together.
Right.
Because with this new revelation of the mistranslation of the Bible and this idea that holy anointing oil needs like 6 or to 8 pounds of cannabis, I think we can understand there's a big connection that Christ used cannabis.
Right.
And this whole, enlightenment is a lot about being stoned, in a way.
I swear this is why I got kicked out of Catholic school.
Yeah,
I was that kid that was like, hey guys, you see this connection over here? And they're like, no, stop, go away.
Right.
yes, we need you in our new church,
Oh,
the,
we've got a new church going on?
the Nubian Queens.
Yeah, let's go.
Shaka and I are from ancient Egypt, and we were having past lives together in the pyramids. The pyramids are an ancient energy source, power plants.
Mm-hmm.
The truth's coming out.
I've been having so many meditations and like flashbacks to those lives. I miss it. It's where I want to be.
It was a tough life. Kim,
Yes.
how do you coincide growing up Christian hippie? Does it all come together?
I would say that I leaned more towards the hippie side because, and that was more so due to the fact that I feel like Christianity was kind of forced upon me. It wasn't really given, I wasn't really like given an option about it. So, and plus I kind of saw like some people, they didn't like follow how the Bible says you're supposed to treat people basically. So that turned me off from it too. But it's all love. But yeah, I'm more so leaning towards the hippie side.
Yeah, I think that's the truer side of the church, and I think that the new second coming has a lot to do with this cannabis oil that's been developed to help people with seizures and different things like that, because that's kind of what Jesus did, was heal people who they would shake, but then they thought they were like taken over by spirits, but it was really epilepsy. So the new church is where it's at.
I'm actually not Christian at all. I would consider myself like spiritual, but I also like sometimes might do stuff under the full moon or
Oh
little
yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Consider
know.
myself a
I
witch.
know.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, I know Shaka's done some things on the full moon too.
Right.
It's done a lot with the moon. Me and the moon and the sun have been having a heady relationship this year.
Well, what are your planets, Kim? What's your star sign?
Oh, my top three. My sun sign is Capricorn. Actually, my birthday's on New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
Cool.
So that's always a fun birthday. My moon sign is Taurus and my rising sign is Aquarius.
Yeah, that's a good friend right there.
Right. I
I'm
try.
a I'm a double Virgo. I'm a triple Mercury, Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Virgo.
So you have a Virgo stellium then.
I got the Virgo trifecta,
Yep.
but my progressed sign is Scorpio. That's why I'm badass right now. So I know Shaka is Aries.
Yeah, a lot of my planets are Aries. Like my sun is Aries, other planets. But my moon is Pisces, which is an insane mix. And
Right.
then my rising's Capricorn, so I look like I've got it together. But
Yeah, my rising is Capricorn too. So we all have that Capricorn energy together right
that
now.
cool vibe.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence either.
Hell no. There's a reason we all three came together. It's a holy trifecta.
Right. That's awesome. I love when I find stuff like that out. It makes my day.
I love it. Y'all read the tarot?
I don't know how to read tarot, but I listen to tarot readings, like, and sometimes they'll say like certain songs and stuff that I'm really in love with, and I'll be like, okay, alignment, period.
Period.
I have a couple tarot decks that me and my little baby witches have been practicing with. I wouldn't say I'm like super confident in giving readings to others just yet, but we've been learning it together. And then I sit on TikTok and listen to tarot readings like all day. That's my TikTok is way over in spirit side.
Right.
That's what's good about having relationships with the people that have avoidant attachment styles. So you can listen to tarot readings that go, what is they thinking about you? They're too afraid to tell you.
Yeah, but if you get caught up in those ones though, like where it says like your twin flame is on the way and all that shit, like sometimes it can be like
Yeah.
seductive.
I stopped believing in all that twin flame stuff. But I think SHAKA is like definitely my twin flame in a way, like family soul. I think we're all family souls right now.
Right.
So we all been
I love
together.
this stuff.
What?
I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I believe we are all in a past life together. Why don't we try to intuit what we were? I was a pharaoh, and we worship cats. And y'all
Cats.
y'all were queens, and we each had our own cat that we would put on a pedestal, and we had to keep it looking straight. So we had to play all this music and dance, and make sure it didn't jump off the pedestal, because we could look in the cat's eyes, and it's how we told time.
I have a kitty that just came into our life this summer, and she for sure is like my little soul baby. Like she found me and she's in charge, and she absolutely is who I think was with me in lives past.
That's the thing. We take dogs to training school, and cats take us to training school. So it's opposite.
For sure.
My cat's been missing for almost 5 days. She ran out one night and she never came back.
Oh, hell no. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
To you.
You know what?
Yes.
It's probably moonlightning next door. It might be somebody because when I had that happen, my cat went back to my old neighborhood and with my old neighbor. And it was like a month till I realized that she wasn't dead, but it was just down at the old neighborhood. And then we shared custody, and it would just go back and forth. It would literally walk to the other side of town like once every couple months, and then I'd just go get it after a while. So there is hope. There's hope with cats.
They say that when they leave, like if it's meant, most of the time they end up coming back because they know where their like original owners are and everything.
Yeah, and also they could find it from a long way away, which is weird.
Right. Probably like the scent, some animal instincts.
Yeah, like I was dumbfounded. It was literally like a mile away. So
yeah, I gotta like let go a lot of wanting, like I would keep her inside and all safe, but like this cat would be so miserable if she didn't get to go do all of her daily shenanigans outside. So my kids have been like talking me down from anxiety of like, she'll be back, don't worry, she's just got to do her thing and see her friends.
this is my new cat, Don Gato, that I inherited from New Mexico. He's from New Mexico.
So is my kitty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cute kitty.
This is my brother's puppy.
Oh,
His name is Zeus.
oh, beautiful.
I don't have any animals with me right now. My dog's at home tearing it apart.
Tearing it up. Tearing it up. Tell us what's going on with Poe.
So Poe was originally donated to me as a trained service dog. So he's fully trained, but he also has anxiety about the level of mine. So I don't work him because he's like a nervous wreck. But whenever I leave the house, he just tears up the house. So he's been on meds this year, but those just stopped working because he built a tolerance. So he just went to the vet last week and they're going to switch his meds and hopefully that works. But
He's been on psychiatric meds.
he's been out of control. Like the cat, actually, it had to have been the cat. The first day I left him with the cat, I was thinking like, oh, he's got a buddy. He'll be good.
Yeah.
She just
Emotional
taught him how
support
to
animal.
open. She taught him how to open the cabinets. So like the chewing things apart just got 20 times worse because of her. So I've got like multiple baby locks. He still can open them. I have to like stack things in front of him, and I've lost so much money in food to him. So we're trying to troubleshoot that, and I'm only ever gone for like 2 or 3 hours at a time. It's not like I'm ever, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry. He just peed.
Ooh, yeah, I don't miss that.
Your dog peed
Yes, my brother's puppy just peed
all over the floor?
in a small puddle.
Buddy.
Oh, that's cute.
Y'all could just use the mop.
It's not up. You know he's a baby. He just woke up.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not his fault. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault. He probably woke up in the puppy paddock right there, next to him.
It's not his fault.
I'm not mad at him. I know he's a bit. I just wanted them to clean it. That's all. It's right behind you. Also, speaking about anxiety, I have anxiety too.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
How do y'all deal with that?
Well, I tried to get a service dog.
You need to get your dog a service dog.
Seriously. I have meds that I can take if necessary that help me like immediately calm down, but I try to use that as little as I can. So a lot of it is breathing. A lot of it's going and sitting in the sun and just meditating and trying to remind myself that I'm safe and I'm not dying and the world's not ending. And I also have isolated myself quite a bit. I'm definitely in hermit life lately just to try to find my own center and my love for me, which has been helpful and like has hindered in other ways. So, but when I first started modeling, that was why, was because I had my PTSD and my anxiety was so bad that I couldn't function in public. And so I figured if I pushed myself into things like fashion shows and modeling, and if I could figure out how to manage and maneuver that, then I'd be okay. And it definitely helped a lot. Yeah.
What about you, Kim? Do you have this social anxiety? Do you have stage fright, or how does it manifest for you?
Well, so basically, I have social anxiety, and then I have anxiety like when I'm on camera a little.
Okay.
And how I honestly deal with it is I smoke a lot of weed.
That part.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm smoking a hookah right now with a little weed and a little tobacco.
Right.
We got almost a weed sponsor on our show. He called me today. Kush, I got to get a hold of him. He's one of our biggest fans. He watches the new episodes as they drop. And he goes, I want you to try some of my joints out and do like a, taste test. So y'all can help me with that.
Absolutely.
Be a brand ambassador.
Yeah, brand ambassador.
I love
Kim,
that.
tell us about your hair, Kim. How do you get it so beautiful? What's going on there?
It's called a lace front wig.
So what?
A lace front wig.
Oh, okay. So is it attached to your real hair, or how's it go?
So more or less, I put on a wig cap, and then from there I cut like the baby hairs and everything, and then I glue it down with a blow dryer.
Yeah, it looks great. I love all the colors that you have.
Like wigs are a great way to like experiment with your hair, without damaging it, and that's the main reason why I love them, because I like to try different looks and everything. It's fun.
You have a great way of expressing yourself as an artist. All the colors and all the backdrops and outfits that you do. I was noticing amazing work.
Thank you. I'm literally my own machine. Like I do my hair, I do my lashes, I record myself, uh, I research my own vendors for my products. I designed my own logo actually for my business. So, yep.
Cool. What's the logo?
So it's basically a cartoonized picture of me, and then the name of my business is Woduhi Beauty.
It's what?
Woduhi Beauty. So Woduhi means beautiful in Cherokee.
Okay. I'm a 162nd Cherokee. What he do? Is that right? What he do?
Woduhi.
What do he?
Woduhi. Yes.
What do he?
That's the name of my business. Woduhi Beauty.
That's beautiful beauty. What's the name of the magazine that you've been in?
Fashion Trends Magazine. And actually they sent me a hoodie. I felt
Oh,
like really awesome that day.
yeah. A lot of models say they don't even get a free magazine nowadays.
Yes, they actually require Fashion Trends magazine requires people to pay for a copy of the magazine too. But I kind of understand because they have to spend all those hours like editing and everything, so gotta be paid for their work.
I mean, one magazine ain't gonna hurt.
My mom bought the copy of one of the magazines I was in. I believe it was the Halloween edition. So one of these days, I'm gonna get her to send it to me.
Oh yeah, she's keeping it. I still got my Vogue magazine they gave me from like 1985.
Really? That's awesome. Are you like,
I need to see this.
Yeah.
I was about to say, do you have it close by?
No, but I got pictures I can put up. Send
One
to
of my
you.
dreams actually is to be in Vogue. So it's like really
Yeah.
cool to somebody that accomplished that. Like, that's awesome.
I totally took it for granted too. I was like, the last picture is me and the girl, and they compromised. I let her put her hand on my shoulder like this, and you can see I'm like all crying, and I had to like mess with my hair. They tried to stick it up, and I was like, this looks weird. I started crying. I was not emotionally ready for that.
Aw.
But oh, you're an icon.
Yeah, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with that?
Selfie with you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. Hello.
We're selfie ready. That's awesome.
Yeah, we all need to hang out in real life.
Yes.
I love that. I'm not sure how far Colorado is from the Midwest. or you guys to come this way.
It's past Kansas and St. Louis.
I've been there once. It was very pretty.
In St. Louis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just about. I've been to North Carolina, but I've never been north or south of there except South Carolina.
I used to nanny my cousins when I was a teenager over in the DMV area. So like that was my exposure. I got to go check it out during the summer.
Have you been to the Smith? Have y'all been to the Smithsonian's?
Yeah.
I've been to the one in San Francisco.
Oh, I didn't know they had them in other states. Wow.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, I've been over
What?
there. I really want to go check out the Black and African American Museum because I have not gotten to go see that. And I've heard that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That one either.
that's where we should all go
Yeah.
Okay.
on a field trip, podcast field trip.
Link up at the African American Smithsonian. I'm with it. I haven't been actually home since I was like 21, and I'm 27 now.
It's been a minute. It's time.
Hey, you're young and you're almost to the 28 Saturn return.
Almost 30.
28.
No.
Oh, that Saturn return. Whew.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
The Saturn return.
Yeah, every 28 years, 28 years, Saturn makes 1 year around the sun. So they say that's like a time for growing out of your playpen, accepting new responsibilities, and living a new life.
It's real.
It's real. Yeah, it's awesome.
I've heard that some people came out of their Saturn returns millionaires.
And some people came out and they died at 27, like all these rock stars that died at 27. So they weren't able to make it.
Or they went through the return and died at 33, like the rest of the rock stars.
Oh, yeah, like Jesus Christ died at 33.
Yep.
Well, I'm manifesting a long, beautiful life.
I'm here to tell you, I just turned 46, and it's great. It's way better than 26 and way better than 36.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm loving 30 so far. I'm loving it. It's a different world, I think.
Yeah, I like 30 because it's like more about family and trying to figure out what you want for the rest of your life and how you blend in with other people.
Yeah, it's been magical for me. I'm doing all sorts of stuff I didn't think I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I like really never thought I'd make it back to Fort Collins, even because like it's so expensive. But here I am, and it's been like strangely magical. Like front row parking everywhere I go. I've had countless like anonymous meals paid for me since getting back here. Like, and I just moved out of a town where like people were mean. Like it was like walking back into the 1950s. Like it was scary and not good. So to switch over to this where it's just like, oh, y'all see me and appreciate me and we're back in business. All right, cool. Like I'm having a grand old time.
They call people in Durango Durangotangs.
Yeah, and it fits really well.
I only know that because my cousin went there for school and she told me that.
Yeah.
And they call people in Salida style. So I need from both of you one truth from your world, one truth from your bubble to our bubble to enlighten us.
Right now, I think I'm working on that you can forgive people that aren't sorry, and that's actually one of the best things for yourself, one of the best gifts you can give yourself. And it's hard too. It's messy. It's not just like as simple as like, yeah.
Yeah, we did talk about this on the podcast with Rebel Phoenix, and she said that forgiveness is more about forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to be in that situation and realizing you have the power to change it in the future. I think that's true, because to forgive somebody and forget about them, it just doesn't work. But you can say, well, I was kind of a stupider person back then, and now I'm smarter. What do you think, Kim?
Definitely. I feel like that when I had the most people around me, I was doing the worst. And everybody loved me when I was on drugs and doing other shit that I really had no business. But as soon as I changed my life for the better, I noticed my circle got smaller. So definitely, it's important to grow, because my mom always used to tell me, like, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's one of the sayings that I take with me forever, basically.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
believe that. That's real, period.
Absolutely. I think moving.
So as long as you're
Go for it. Finish your thought.
as long as you're somewhat in a better place, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, than you were a year ago, you're on the right path.
I like that.
How do the ideas of motivation and resilience play a role in your life right now?
I'm tired of being resilient. I'm at a place where I know I can do it. It's a brilliant skill to survive. And I'm sick of that being the necessary tool to getting through. I think we all are guilty of this at times, where we look at someone and we're like, you're going through it, but you're so strong. Like, you're going to make it through. You're going to be fine. And that's something that I'm hoping to shift the narrative more towards community of, like, oh, you're having to be resilient. What can I do to help ease that burden? Because right now I think we just brush it off as if they're resilient, then they can handle it. And I think it's part of the individualistic culture of America. And I think I'm tired of it. So my motivation is within the realm of community, and how do I assist my community in coming together and being a part of each other's lives, and moving past survival and resilience and more into like the tribe mindset. Like, you need a tribe to survive. That's
Yep.
just me.
What about you, Kim? Are you motivated?
Well, for me, when I want motivation, like I was saying earlier, I look at where I've come from versus where I'm at now. And that's mainly the motivation I need. Like, at one point, I used to sleep outside on a college campus in the park. So
You did go to college.
no.
You just
You
found
slept.
the comfy spots.
Yeah, you slept in college.
But basically, sleeping outside is a huge motivation for me. Like, I feel like once I get over the anxiety and shyness a little, I could do like some motivational speaker type of vibe. I think that would be cool.
Do you like camping at all?
I've never been camping. I hotboxed a tent inside of a house, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, you can be a good camper. You already slept outside. You can hotbox a tent.
Right.
All you need, really.
Come on up to the mountains. We'll all go camping.
That would be fun.
Yeah, can we go find the fireflies at the hot springs? I still have yet to get to see them.
Definitely. You used to be Katie Firefly in another life.
Yep, but I kept that
You want to tell us
firefly.
anything?
About my
Fireflies, they
name?
still, yeah, they still shine if you crush them. That's what you told me.
Yep. Yeah, that was actually a nickname given to me, well over a decade ago now, for doing some civil rights work through my high school and the ACLU, and that was what the person who kind of gave me that nickname said, was like, you light up the dark, but also your glow will continue to light spaces after you're gone. And that was important to me. That felt really big.
I wrote you a song one time. It goes, firefly floating by, I still shine when you crush me. Still shine when you crush me.
Whew. Yep. Has that
I
not
believe
been
it.
thematic of my entire adult life?
Yeah.
Life was good.
When did you come up with the name Shaka?
Oh, this is my favorite. I actually did a hypnosis meditation a few years ago next to the river in Durango. And I just wanted to meet my guides. Like I like people who've done energy work with me have always said that they've always described the same guides. They've always said they're there, they're not going anywhere, they're pretty clear as day. So I wanted to meet them and see them. And I met my first two just very briefly. And they're pretty funny characters. But then I got to meet this one that I just like, she came in my mental picture and I just was like drooling, like head over heels, thought she was the most gorgeous, stunning person ever. And I threw a ton of questions at her and she just like wouldn't answer any of my questions. She was like, nope, you just need to let me hold you and hug you and love you. And you need to know how loved you are. And it was just like this really immense, big moment in life. And by the end of it, she gave me her name, which was Shaka. It was like the very last moment. And I did nothing with that. So then about a year later, I did another big meditation and I was hanging out with Travis, the love of my life, who passed away in 2018. So in spirit, I was hanging out with Travis. And we were just dancing and like just spending time together. And she came in and I just was like, oh my God, Travis, look at her. Is that not the most stunning creature you've like just gushing over her? And he just kind of looked at me and he just smirked. He was like, you don't know who that is, do you? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? He said, well, do you know how you're going back and you're talking to your little childhood self and you're holding her and you're telling her she's loved and that she's going to make it? Why do you think that your higher self is not doing the same thing for you? Like that's you visiting you now. And I just like bawled and I didn't know what to do with that. And then I started working at a queer youth center and everybody tries on different names and pronouns all the time. So when I started there, I was like, I just want to see how this feels. And they like took it and ran. That was my official name on everything and just really accepted and embraced that name change. And it's also during a period of time where I'm rejecting the idea of adoption and I'm rejecting the boxes that they put me in that I actually don't fit into and aren't a part of. So it gave me space to shift and heal a little bit in that by reclaiming a little bit of my own identity. But that being said, my real last name's Cohn, so Shaka Cohn and Shaka Khan comes up a lot, and everyone assumes that that was where that came from. And whilst that is an amazing magical being, that was not where Shaka came from. But yeah, I love that story. That's like my favorite Saturn return. Like right on time with my Saturn return was when that all came in.
So yeah, Cam, you're gonna just go through that next year. You're right on top of it. Here we go. What is your nicknames? What's your higher consciousness? Your guides? Do you know any of the details on that?
I wouldn't say I know my spirit guides, but I just refer to my ancestors and the universe. That's more so what I look to for guidance. Or like every morning I say, thank you, ancestors, thank you, universe and ancestors, for a new day. Or I'm grateful that I'm now living in my highest timeline that exists. I try to make sure to like keep with my affirmations, and that helps.
That's one thing I like about you, Kim, is that every morning you have an affirmation. It's like, hello, weirdos, I'm here. What's up? And it just makes you think, you know, yeah, somebody's out there doing it. And that's inspiring to me.
Makes a big difference to read those. Like, that's what I'm looking for when I'm waking up in the mornings, is finding my people that I know are like encouraging themselves, but also just like encouraging others daily. It's so important.
Yeah, that's cool that you guys are Facebook friends and you never really met face to face until now. I feel
Right.
like we're building bridges, and the community is coming together, Salida style, with between Salida, Fort Collins, and Indianapolis. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's do meditation right now
Okay.
to discover our past selves, how we all came together, and okay. So we're in the Egyptian desert, and the Nile is at a low stage. We got nothing to do but build pyramids and talk shit. We're drinking onion wine, and we're smoking hookahs, and we're all together, and we're in a temple, and there's oil lamps, there's cats all over, and we have these like plush cushions and all this fine dining ware. We're just chilling, hardcore. 1,000 years of chilling. What do you think? What do you say? What do you feel? Like the chilling is so strong that we feel like we are still there. Whenever we chill, we go back to that temple, the temple of chill. Every time we see a light in the darkness, we are back at the temple, the oil lamp, the cats all over. Not too many, but. And then crocodiles, wild animals. Sometimes they come in, kill us. Sometimes we kill them, eat them. Snakes, cobras. Everything is primal. The average age of an ancient Egyptian was 40 years old. So, you know, you're still young. I'm an old man. And we started this cult. We started this community. And we make our own power plants. We have light. We have batteries. Every technology that a modern person could have, we figured it out already. We'll forget it and remember it 1,000 times over. Queen Shaka, Queen Kim. Let's bring it together again. The lost tribes of Egypt. Back once again. Get on that boat on the Nile. Go down for a while. Pick us out some pilgrims. Pygmies. Check out the local flora and fauna. Pick some flowers. Eat some blue lotus. Die young.
So when's the EP coming?
The what?
The EP
What's
of
that?
meditation.
The what?
The EP of meditation, or like the mixtape.
I think we're making it right now.
I would listen to you all day to get into my soul space.
All right. Well, I mean, did you have any visions?
I think I always just really clearly see that temple. Like it's very open space. I saw the stars hanging out with us. I think just always overlooking. I had this like thing like a week before I left Durango, I was just really trying to soak in all the nature, and the water was spraying from the big farm sprinkler and the kids were just getting doused in it, and I could hear them giggling and just see the mountains and the grass, and like it took me back so hard of like just getting to do that, spending time with the people who love me and just in like enjoying the earth. It was a lot of soaking
Are
that in.
you are y'all near any water sources like rivers, lakes, where you're at?
Yeah, I'm like walking distance from the river trail. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
been a
me
big
too.
source. Yeah, you're right on it too, huh? And then I also live right, like we just discovered this like ancient cemetery over here, and it's like tucked way far back from the road, like nobody even knows it's there, but that has been a really cool source of spirit space lately.
I got one in my backyard, and that's where they had the Holy Grail at for one time, and they have this pedestal with the Holy Grail embossed into the stone, and then the top is a fountain. And my friend, we were on mushrooms, and we poured water in the fountain. We reactivated the Holy Grail.
I love that. I
Kim, how
need to
far
come
are
visit
you
that.
from the water?
So there's no water close by at all. I would say unless I go up to Illinois or Wisconsin, that's probably it. And that's one thing I miss about the East Coast a lot. But the East Coast, the price of living is kind of high. So that's why I'm in Indiana for now still.
What do y'all like better, the river or the ocean?
The ocean.
I love the ocean. Uh,
I
I
think
don't,
I think I'm partial to the river just because it's just what I'm more used to probably, and a
yeah,
little less sand in my crevices. So,
that's true. A lot of sand. A lot of sand.
Right.
well, before I log off, because I gotta get back to work today, I just wanted to shout out there's a Black Canvas fashion show happening that I should be walking in. Colorado Springs, December 8th. And it's from 6 to 9 p.m. If you want information, feel free to hit me up or hit me up through Brian.
Where is that?
It is at the Vendorsey Art Gallery.
Oh hell, I want to go.
We're gonna have like live painting, 3D art. There's gonna be a fashion show. I don't know tons more about it, but
What day is
or
that?
no, sorry, it's actually at the Animal Link Art Gallery on December 8th.
Is that downtown?
It's over off Garden of the Gods Road, so it's like a little bit on the west side, I think.
Okay. Leave us with one bit of advice for Salida in Indianapolis.
Just to let in it. Love yourself and love your neighbor. Just keep on trying to do that.
Thank you, Shaka.
It was awesome chatting with y'all. Thank you for having me on.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you mucho.
Kim,
Yes.
how you doing?
Well, once y'all brought up like astrology, my anxiety instantly like died down because that's one
Oh yeah.
of the things to talk about. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty well.
You know a lot about your astrology, right? You got your chart done?
Yes, I definitely study my birth chart.
Do you have more planets in the northern or the southern hemisphere?
Uh, I honestly would probably have to look and see, but I know I have a Capricorn stellium, or like a lot of my planets are in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. When Virgos and Capricorns are natural friends, they have a compatibility because they're both earth signs.
Right.
So you're very down to earth. I can definitely tell that. You don't mess around.
No, I'm a nice person though, unless people like come for me like in a disrespectful way. But even then, like I'll still ignore it unless, it's blatant that I don't really have a choice but to, address it. But I like peace in particular due to how my mom raised me. That's just what I prefer. I don't like drama, I don't like bullshit, but somebody steps to me, I'm not gonna back down either.
It's like The Equalizer. Have you seen that movie? Denzel Washington. That's exactly how he is. He's a like Capricorn character. Like he'll always give somebody extra chance to do the right thing, but if they don't, he'll equalize them. He'll be like 9 seconds. You're gonna die in 9 seconds, and there's like 10 guys around him.
9 seconds.
And he goes, "Do the right thing." If they don't, he goes, kills them all with his bare hands.
Wow, that's strength.
It's heavy, yeah. That's a Capricorn though. Like the horns, you can't get past the horns, but they're super chill, right? And they'll let you just. They don't care. They don't give a shit as long as you're like a true down to earth kind of person,
Right. We're big on honesty.
right? You got to be honest to yourself before you can be honest to anybody else.
Right.
But what do you think about the idea that you have to love yourself before someone else?
I agree with that completely. Actually, before I got in my most recent relationship that I'm in right now, tomorrow's our 2-year anniversary. I was celibate for 10 months, and I did that on purpose so I could really like take time to heal myself and also to take time to like just focus on me, what I like to do.
You get to know yourself better.
Yes, self-love is important.
Mm-hmm. And congratulations on that tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's quite a major milestone.
In particular with our generation, a lot of like relationships break up, so for a relationship to last is special.
Do you have any rituals of connection that you engage in on your anniversaries, like a certain place you go, a certain date that you go out to?
Well, since me and my boyfriend, his name is LJ. Shout out to LJ. I love you. But yeah, me and LJ, we normally just hang out with his family. Because it's our anniversary happens to fall on Thanksgiving. But at the same time, we want to go out and do something, so we basically have to make the plans for it. But so far, the tradition is like hanging out with his family.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. I mean, you get everybody involved.
Right.
If you want to do something by yourself, you have to do it the day after Black Friday.
Right. But with having our apartment and everything, we don't have to go to a hotel no more. We could just, clear house
Well,
and then.
that might be a good ritual of connection. Go back to the hotel for one night.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had a significant other in at least 2-3 years. So I don't know. But I got my cat.
Right. And you have a beautiful cat. Finally get to see them over video chat.
Yeah, thank you. Well, before we go, I wanted you to give you the opportunity maybe to give another truth from your bubble to our bubble. Because we're hungry for that truth outside of ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So somebody's little truth could be big to us. So
I would say one of my truths is stand firm in your beliefs and your dreams, and don't let anyone deter you or discourage you from it.
tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I would say concerning like don't give up on your dreams. I would say that as we like turn into adulthood and everything, everybody wants us to start like go to a 9 to 5 or start a career or whatever the case might be, put a down payment on a house, all that good kind of stuff, which I mean is cool, but at the same time, you can do that and balance like what your passion is or what you feel like you came to this earth to do. And a lot of times, like when some people see people like following their dreams or doing something that's not like the typical American dream, they try to tear people down for it. Like for me, for example, I haven't had a 9 to 5 since September, and I've still been paying my bills, but I get a lot of BS for it. People tell me like I'm lazy and all this different crap, basically, just because I don't live the typical life. But that's okay though. I don't let it get to me too much. But I'm a living example of that. Like your dreams are definitely possible.
Yeah, what you do is like so hard. As that's a lot of times we talk on the podcast about how models are perceived by their coworkers or other people to where it's like, oh, everything's handed to you, and but you no idea how hard you have to work and how difficult it would be for them to do the same thing, to not have a regular schedule, to have to make all your own decisions, do all your own promotions and all that. It's very hard. I would say it's harder than having a 9 to 5.
Right. And then on top of that, I'm a content creator for Facebook too. So it's like I have to make sure to make a post every day.
Right. I have problems with that because I'm one of those creators too. You're the top three. You're in the
Yes.
top three. Yep. So you're making like $60 a month or so.
Actually, my second check was $8. But here's the weird part. I got extremely excited about it.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is um it came from Facebook, so they paid me.
Yeah. It literally came from you
It
just
wasn't a lot.
doing what you were going to do anyway, right? Being on Facebook.
Right. So instead of being on Facebook for free, I got paid for it. But the biggest check that I've received so far was $40. That was my first check. And that was cool. So, I mean, it's not that much of a cash flow right now through Facebook, but that doesn't mean that it won't be as I get more like experience with it and have more followers. I'm only at 6K followers right now.
Right. But that's pretty good. And you need more 1 second video or 10-second video views. Right.
Yes.
I'm sure. And then hopefully we can work together and make this happen for each of us. Because I'm using my Facebook money to pay off my PayPal credit. So like and subscribe, and like Kim Monet on Facebook. Every morning she posts a really cool little post to say hello, and then every night she says good night. And I tell you, I got a private message from her today, and it made my day. So maybe you'll be lucky enough to have that happen to you one time. So thank you so much, Kim, for being on the program.
Thank y'all for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. I hope you come back.
For sure.
And hopefully one day we can all hang out.
Yes, just let me know when y'all are free in 2024.
All right, Indianapolis, here we come.
DC,
Love you.
love y'all too.
Bye.
Bye bye.